In East Africa's sun-drenched landscapes, a unique ecosystem thrives, not of wildlife but of ambition, legacy, and immense fortune. Powerful dynasties have quietly risen, their influence stretching across borders, shaping millions of lives. These are the titans of East African commerce, families whose names echo in boardrooms, and whose decisions steer economies. Their stories are woven from political power, shrewd investment, and relentless determination. For generations they've built empires spanning agriculture, manufacturing, finance, and technology. Today we pull back the curtain on these enigmatic dynasties, exploring the foundations of their fortunes. Join me as we uncover the remarkable stories of the 10 wealthiest families in East Africa. Our journey begins with the Kenyatta family, a name inseparable from Kenya's history. Jomo Kenyatta, the nation's first president, laid the groundwork for a formidable economic empire. The family's vast landholdings, hundreds of thousands of acres, became the bedrock of their fortune, supporting everything from agriculture to urban development. From this foundation, the Kenyattas expanded into dairy with Brookside Dairies, now East Africa's dominant processor, and into banking through NCBA Group. Their reach extends to hospitality, media, and education, each venture a strategic piece in a larger puzzle. The Kenyattas operate more like a sovereign entity than a conventional company, with interests managed by family and trusted allies. Under Uhuru Kenyatta, the empire has only grown, blending political influence with business acumen. Their story illustrates how power and strategy can create a dynasty nearly indistinguishable from the state itself. The Kenyatta legacy is both celebrated and scrutinized, a symbol of Kenya's complex relationship between politics and wealth. Their influence remains a defining force in the region. In Uganda, the Madvani family's saga is one of resilience and rebirth. Muljibai Madvani arrived in 1914, starting with a small trading post in Jinja before venturing into sugar cultivation. The Kakira Sugar Works became the heart of a growing industrial empire, soon diversifying into textiles, steel, and brewing. In 1972, Idi Amin's expulsion of Asians forced the family to abandon everything. Their empire was seized and left in ruins. Years later, invited back, the Madvanis faced the daunting task of rebuilding from scratch. Led by Jayant and Manubai, they revived their businesses, pouring in capital and innovation. Today, the Madvani Group is larger than ever, with interests in sugar, tourism, construction, insurance, and floriculture across 10 countries. Kakira Sugar is once again a flagship, powering both industry and local economies. The Madvani story is a testament to the power of resilience and vision. They turned catastrophe into opportunity, rising stronger from the ashes. Their journey is a powerful narrative of creation, destruction, and rebirth. The Madvanis remain a pillar of Uganda's economy. The Ndegwa family's ascent is a story of quiet influence in Kenya's financial sector. Philip Ndegwa, a brilliant economist and former central bank governor, laid the intellectual foundation for the family's fortune. Their pivotal move, acquiring the insurance company of East Africa, later merging it into the formidable ICL Lion Group. The Ndegwas expanded into banking, logistics, real estate, and agriculture, always with a financier's eye for value. Their significant stake in NCBA Group aligns them with other powerful dynasties. The Ndegwas are known for discretion, preferring boardrooms to headlines. Their empire is built on numbers, risk, and patient strategy. They exemplify wealth built on intellectual capital and long-term vision. The Ndegwas are the quiet giants of Kenyan finance. Kampala's skyline reflects the ambition of Sudhir Ruparelia, Uganda's property mogul. Expelled in 1972, Sudhir returned in the 1980s with little but determination. He started with small trades, then launched Uganda's first forex bureau, capitalizing on a liberalizing economy. Sudhir's leap into banking with Crane Bank and more crucially into real estate defined his empire. The Ruparelia Group now owns hundreds of prime properties, luxury apartments, malls, hotels, reshaping Kampala. His strategy: acquire, develop, and hold, generating steady rental income. Even after Crane Bank's controversial takeover, his property empire thrives. Sudhir has diversified into education and floriculture, exporting roses to Europe. His story is pure entrepreneurship, risk, vision, and relentless drive. Sudhir Ruparelia is, by every measure, the landlord of Kampala. In Kenya, Naushad Morali was the ultimate dealmaker, building the Samir Group through audacious corporate moves. Morali's legend began with the acquisition and rapid partial sale of Firestone East Africa, netting a colossal profit. This capital fueled a sprawling conglomerate spanning agriculture, IT, construction, and energy. He excelled at entering sectors, shaking them up and extracting value. Morali's influence extended to telecoms, notably as an early investor in Kcell, later Airtel Kenya. His timing, knowing when to buy and sell, was impeccable. Even after his passing, the Samir Group remains a major player, managed by his family. Morali's legacy is a masterclass in strategy and value creation. He saw the Kenyan economy as a chessboard and played it brilliantly. Zedekiah Kiprop Bundotich, or Buzeki, is a modern titan in Kenya's dairy and logistics sectors. Starting as a milk distributor, he spotted inefficiencies and launched Buzeki Enterprises, specializing in transporting perishables. His logistics company quickly became indispensable to major corporations. Buzeki then moved into production, acquiring plants and launching Molo Milk and Limuru Fresh. By controlling both production and distribution, he built a dairy empire in under a decade. In 2017, Buzeki sold his dairy brands to Brookside Dairies for a multi-billion shilling sum, joining Kenya's super-rich. He reinvested in logistics, expanding his fleet regionally. Buzeki's story is one of grit, timing, and strategic exits. He's proof that specialized knowledge and ambition can create vast fortunes fast. The milkman's rise is a lesson in modern entrepreneurship. Buzeki continues to shape Kenya's logistics landscape. The Patel family's industrial legacy in Kenya spans over a century. Arriving as artisans, they founded a soap business that grew into the Pwani Oil Group, a manufacturing giant. Their brands, Fresh Fry, Salit, are household staples across East Africa. The Patels focused on essential goods, ensuring stable, growing revenue. Their genius, relentless reinvestment, modernization, and vertical integration. They control every step from raw materials to distribution, maintaining quality and cost control. The family keeps a low profile, letting their products speak for them. Their wealth is built on steady, organic growth, not flashy deals. The Patels are the quiet titans of East African industry. Unique among dynasties, the Aga Khan is both spiritual leader and economic powerhouse. His wealth, managed through the Aga Khan Development Network, AKDN, fuels social and economic progress across East Africa. AKDN's reach spans healthcare, education, rural development, and cultural preservation, setting regional standards. The for-profit arm, Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development, AKFED, invests in hotels, media, banking, and infrastructure. Serena Hotels and Nation Media Group are just two pillars of this vast portfolio. Diamond Trust Bank and major industrial projects further anchor AKFED's influence. Profits are reinvested into development, creating a self-sustaining cycle of progress. The Aga Khan's empire blends philanthropy with shrewd investment. His influence shapes not just economies but the well-being of millions. It's a model of enterprise as a force for social good. The Chandaria family built an industrial empire in Nairobi by turning waste into wealth. Manu Chandaria, the patriarch, championed recycling long before it was fashionable. Starting with a small shop, the family grew Comcraft Group into a global manufacturing network, their core producing steel, aluminum, and household goods from recycled materials. Recycling reduced costs and reliance on imports, giving them a competitive edge. Mabati rolling mills became a model of circular economy and industrial innovation. The Chandarias invest in people and operate with a long-term, socially responsible vision. Manu Chandaria's Jain principles shape their business and philanthropy. Their wealth is measured in productive factories and loyal workers. The Chandarias prove that one person's waste can become another's fortune. The Moi family's legacy is as powerful as it is controversial in Kenya. Daniel Arap Moi's 24-year rule saw the family amass a vast, diversified fortune. Their wealth, land, media, shipping, logistics, was built in the shadow of state power. The Standard Group gives them a strong voice in national media. Their interests extend discreetly into finance, transport, real estate, and agriculture. The Moi Empire is managed by Moi's sons, especially Gideon Moi, maintaining privacy and control. Their story highlights the blurred lines between political power and personal enrichment. The Moi legacy is a monument to a defining era in Kenya's history. Their influence endures, shaping the nation's economic landscape. Our journey through East Africa's wealthiest families ends here. We've seen fortunes forged through power, industry, and resilience. These dynasties shape economies, build skylines, and influence millions. Their stories are interwoven, their actions rippling across the region. As new generations rise, they face new challenges: digital economies, transparency, and sustainability. The question remains, will this wealth drive growth and innovation, or deepen divides? The next chapter in East Africa's story is yet to be written.